Game changer, game changer, game changer. Hey there, Vlad from Launch Deck here. Have you heard the news? Gary Tan, the CEO of Y Combinator, has made a big decision to shut down the Continuity Fund. This announcement shocked the startup world, but as much as we love drama, we're all hands for this decision. You might be wondering, why are we so thrilled about this? Well, buckle up, because this is a game-changing opportunity for early-stage startups like yours. As always, let's start with some background facts. Recently, Gary has been in the news for his appointment as the CEO of Y Combinator, one of the most prestigious startup accelerators in the world. Well, you know YC. They helped launch many successful startups like Airbnb, Dropbox, Stripe, etc. With Gary at the helm, there is no doubt that YC will continue to be the driving force in the startup world. At least, that's what everyone thought. Then, the very first big move happened. Gary announced that the fund investing in mature startups will be shuttered. According to the information, Y Combinator's late-stage investment fund, known as Continuity Fund, will be shut down. This fund was established in 2015 with the goal of providing later-stage funding to the startups that had already gone through YC's accelerator. However, Y Combinator has decided to refocus on its core mission of supporting early-stage startups. I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone shut down a fund that is focused on investing in late-stage startups? Imagine you're a car collector and you have the option to invest in two different cars. The first one is a luxurious vintage car that's been around for decades. It might be beautiful and prestigious, but it's also been around for a while, costs a lot to maintain, and its value is not likely to grow much in the future. The second option is a brand new EV that's just hit the market. It's unstable and has yet room to grow, but it is innovative and has the potential to become the next big thing. Now, as an investor, you have a choice. Do you put your money into the old luxurious car that might not grow in value? Or do you invest in the new innovative vehicle that can become a game changer? That's exactly the choice Y Combinator made. By shutting down Continuity Fund, YC is making a statement. Now they can provide more resources and attention to the companies that need it most. In an article for The Economic Times, Gary was quoted as saying, "We want to do the most good for the most people, and we felt that by reallocating the resources we were spending on later stage investments, we could help more early stage companies get off the ground." It's also worth mentioning that the timing of this move is, well, interesting, especially considering the recent SVB crash that shook the venture ecosystem. If you want to know more about the SVB situation, check out our video if you haven't already. So what does it mean for the venture ecosystem and early-stage startups? First of all, let's not panic. This doesn't mean that the sky is falling and that all of a sudden no one is going to invest in late-stage startups. And YC is still one of the most influential players in the industry, and they are not going anywhere. However, this move does suggest a shift in focus towards early-stage startups. Y Combinator has been first and foremost known for a startup accelerator program. By shutting down the Continuity Fund, they're doubling down on their commitment to early-stage investing. It's time for VCs to focus on building sustainable businesses, rather than just pumping money into a bubble waiting to burst. As we all know, the early stages of the startup's journey are the most critical. It's when they need the most support, guidance and funding to get off the ground. So, for all early-stage startups out there, this is a huge opportunity. With their renewed focus on early-stage investing, there has never been a better time to apply and join YC program. But it's not just good news for Y Combinator's early-stage startups. This move can also have an impact on the entire venture ecosystem. Other funds and accelerators might take notice of YC's pivot and follow suit, emphasizing early-stage investing more. This could lead to more support for young startups and a stronger overall ecosystem. So in conclusion, the closing of YC's Continuity Fund can be a shock to the system, but it's also a necessary step for the venture ecosystem to grow sustainably. Of course, there will always be ups and downs in the startup world. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. But the beauty of this industry is that it's constantly evolving and adapting to change. If you want to apply to YC, first of all, do it ASAP. Next week, we'll give you 5 simple things that will boost your chances of getting into their accelerator. That's it for now. If you like this type of content, drop a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. And as always, keep exploring.